Hello, everybody! It's the ladies in the living room, aka the BravHos. You got your girl Laura here and my friend Kristen.
Hello, everybody!
Let's get it started! Let's get it started in here! Sorry, I can't help myself. It's just in my brain. It's rolling through it and through it.
It's in my brain now, too. Now I'm going to be thinking this song the whole time I'm talking.
All right, let's cover Salt Lake City.
Let's do it, the finale.
I don't want to get too crazy about it, but there's a few things. Obviously, there's some stuff that went down.
Yeah.
So I just have to say that for long time slick watchers, I really think Whitney belongs in the Mom Talk group. I don't think she belongs on these Real Housewives. I think she belongs with the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives girls. She belongs with the Mom Talkers.
Like this season for Whitney usually brings a little more. She's not
and
really.
She looks so much younger than the rest of them.
Yeah, she is the youngest, I think.
She looks much younger.
She looks much younger. She's got to be in her 30s still. Where I think the rest of these lovely ladies are in their 40s, maybe 50.
Are you kidding? Well into their 50s.
Or into their 50s, yeah.
Heather's into her 50s.
You think Heather's in her 50s?
If she's not, I would
or like maybe
shocked.
No, because you're right. Her daughters are older, Heather.
She's got to be.
Yeah.
Meredith has got to be into her 50s.
Yeah, Meredith is stunning, though. I think she's stunning.
I think she's
beautiful.
Meredith. But I do think she's older.
Yeah, Lisa Barlow's older.
I told you. Did I say this on last?
With her teeth?
Have I said it? And I'm going to say it again. She's 2 minutes away from gumming down a steak with no teeth.
Trying to get those dentures.
I'm not, and I mean, this might not be a popular opinion, but I am not a Lisa Barlow fan.
No, I know.
I just am not. I don't get this lady. I don't get her as some sort of rich woman. I don't. She is classless to me. And why wasn't Bronwyn here in this lesson? Where's Bronwyn? Wasn't she on this trip with them?
Yeah, she was.
So did she go home to see Psycho, master and servant Todd? Master and servant, let's play master and
Bronwyn is another newbie that I think made a great impact.
She did.
I did. And I want her back, and she'll be back.
I come to the end of this season, and I only just started, but I think Bronwyn was my favorite.
Yeah, I think so too. First of all, she's another.
And I like Heather.
I like Heather. Oh yeah, Heather is.
And I like Mary.
She's a staple. She's an OG.
I do not like Lisa Barlow. I'm sorry for the Barlow.
I know.
Hey, listeners, if you've got all these reasons, and if you're watching, if you want to tell me why you like Lisa Barlow, I am open to be, I've got an open mind. Change my mind.
Yes.
Tell me what you love about Lisa Barlow, and I will go inside myself and search my soul.
She's a little delusional. She's a little into herself. And I think it makes for a good housewife. Even though she's so frustrating to watch.
Of course it makes her
there are those housewives that you would say, like, I really don't like them, but I love to hate them.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a little bit of that.
I don't even hate her.
It's just like,
find her to be ridiculous.
Yeah, she's ridiculous. That's exactly right.
And so bleh. What? You don't want to fly on the plane for 38 minutes? Sorry, girl.
Yeah.
You are not throwing off any kind of vibe as somebody that should not be sitting in coach for 38 minutes.
Right.
If you were, you wouldn't be bitching about it. You would just have zipped your lips and tossed it out and been classy.
Yeah.
Lisa Barlow ain't classy.
No, she's not.
So let's just get to Salt Lake and what the real ending was. So apparently, it's this whole reality volunteers thing. Mm. So Heather gets this information, and I forget why and who she got it from, and the reason why. She found it from someone that Monica might have been the reality volunteers, or somebody had I think she said somebody, and I'm sorry for the crew that's like been watching this for 5 seasons and I don't have all my information perfect. But basically somebody had a like a crisis of conscience and then told Heather everything, but she went to someone she knows that could investigate it for her, I guess. Mm-hmm. And then it came back with all the receipts that indeed Monica is reality Von Teese.
Right.
So of course they're at a dinner and it kind of looks like a storm is coming. So it's like cha-chung, cha-chung. The wind is blowing and it's dusk and it's very Traitors-esque.
Oh, and dramatic.
It was very Traitors-esque. And of course we do have a traitor in our presence.
Yes.
And her name is Monica. So Heather really milks like she's milking a cow.
Yeah.
She's like, ladies, we have someone in our midst who's not who they say they are.
Yeah.
We have someone in our presence who's been lying to us and bullying us.
Yeah.
And basically she lays it out on the table that reality Von Teese, who's been basically was created apparently to take down Jen Shaw. Mm-hmm. And so Heather's going through this big sort of, and then, that you don't understand that this group is ride or die. And I guess she was trying to say, even though we thought that Jen had done wrong or but they were still riding hard for her. Mm-hmm. And they all lived in fear of reality Von Teese because she was going after Jen, and apparently the rest of them were collateral damage, as Monica says. Ooh. So she spills it out, puts it out, that you're reality Von Teese. And she was like, what? Like, at first she was trying to deny it a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of it, she was like, well, that's not entirely true.
Oh.
And she was like, but why? What is happening? And she was like, well, it's a bunch of people. And she was like, no, apparently you were running the page. And then, of course, Heather's got all these receipts to back it up. And they're popping up, things. And they're popping up texts on the screen like, and then I saw you. And, I'm going to take this bitch down. And all this stuff. So apparently it was her and someone else. And I can't remember the name. She said, was it Teresa? Could it have been Teresa? Mm-hmm. I don't know. But she basically said she called that other person and she fessed up to it and said, yeah, it was really. And then Monica, when they were interviewing her, Monica was saying basically that it really was started to take down Jen Shaw and the rest of the ladies were just collateral damage.
Wow.
And it was so funny because at the time when Heather was saying it, like, Whitney and Meredith were holding each other. They were holding each other. They were all wrapped in blankies, and they were holding each other because they were like, get out of her! You get out of her! Or you're not part of us!
Yeah.
And Meredith was just, so taken. They were all taken. And then at the end of this story, it's just, you see Monica rolling down the beach.
Wow.
But then she says there's a lot more to the story that you guys are going to want to hear. Mm-hmm. Ba, ba, ba! And that's it. Okay. And then it sort of ends. So I don't know if Monica is going to come out of the woodwork on the reunion and start to sing like a canary.
Yeah.
She's going to start singing like a bird. Maybe she is. Maybe she's not. But that is what it was. So I'm guessing, and I think what she was insinuating, that somebody else at that table might have been involved.
Oh. Who do you think it would be? You think it'd be Heather?
No.
I don't know.
No, because Heather was the one that...
She was the one that...
freaking out.
Yeah.
She was freaking out. She's like, oh my God. My God.
Wow.
Wait, that's all. And they've got like close-ups of like Heather on the beach with her shawl on with the storm coming, like cha-chung and like boom boom, like it was very Traitors-esque. I was waiting for Alan Cumming to walk up in his AC cape,
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was all very sinister, and it was just a lot of beating that to a dead horse. But I guess that is a big deal for them to find out.
Yeah,
and they sort of needed something because it's been such ridiculous shit this entire season. But that's what
it's intriguing. It's been an intriguing season.
Wait, did you watch all the other seasons? How many seasons of Salt Lake have you watched?
Yeah, so I I told you I started from the beginning.
Oh, wow.
So I got 1 and I'm into 2 right now.
Okay.
So I have not seen 3 and I haven't seen 4. 4 was last season. So
you don't know
I don't know Monica.
Do you not know any of this reality Von Teese stuff?
No.
Okay, but apparently
this is new for us.
But they have been saying, what Heather did say was that this woman you have been bullying us for the last 4 years. So clearly, if it hasn't been on the show, and we're both not watchers that far back, and if any listeners out there want to tell us, like, oh, no.
Yeah.
There are episodes and episodes about this reality Von Teese. We don't know. So this is where we need a collaboration from our listeners to tell us, like, what is all this reality Von Teese stuff?
I know. I want to find out so much more about it now.
Right. And now I'm actually really kind of inspired or motivated to go back and watch, because, this was obviously a very big Did you hear that? My voice didn't crack, which is good. I'm still getting over Still getting over the COVID. There's all kinds of stuff in there. Very far up. So anyhow, that was it, and that was the takeaway. So,
if there's time, because there's so much on TV right now, but if you have time, I do recommend starting the show from the very beginning, because I'll tell you, season 1 is great.
That might have to be
season 2 that I'm in right now is great. Yeah, when you have a little break, do it as a little,
because there's so much.
It's too much going on right
television right now.
Yes,
and my head is still spinning. If you want to get into it, my head is still spinning from New York.
Oh God!
What?
We'll go right into New York.
Fuck! What is happening in this villa? What are they breathing in? What are they piping through? Through the vents?
I don't know.
Excuse me, Ubah.
I don't know.
Ubah, and I say this with all the love.
On fire.
I say this with all the love. Ubah, you need to go be evaluated. You need. She really watching Ubah. The girls are saying it's exhausting to be on this emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
Just watching Ubah makes my all of a sudden I'm clenching my teeth. I'm sitting grabbing onto the seat. Like, she makes me so anxious. I can't imagine being in the presence of this woman. Up and down, up and down, up and down. She's so hair trigger. Oh my God. All the time.
There has to be something going on in Ubah's life.
What is wrong with
Let's look at something quick.
Sure.
She's got, speaking of, unlike Bose, who's handled that beautifully.
Oh, Bose.
Ubah has these fibroids.
You can't.
Right?
Oh, right. Oh, fibroids. Fibroids.
So she doesn't, Ubah, maybe she's not feeling well. She, like Bose,
she's worried about it.
A family with her boyfriend Oliver.
Somebody said that too. They were like, maybe she's more worried about these fibroids and she's letting on. Did you?
She's gonna. No, I don't know if I did. Maybe I did.
I've watched so much TV, or maybe somebody on the episode said it.
Look, she's got this poor woman, Ubah. She's got something going on because she is so hot and so bothered and so emotional.
I think she's
and
just
so
crazy.
All over the place. But she wasn't this crazy last season.
Oh, she wasn't?
And no, she was a little hot last season.
I watched it last season.
She wasn't like crazy like this. And I think she is at the end of her rope with Bryn.
With something, yeah.
So between Bryn and her fibroids,
Bryn will do it to you,
her health, and maybe I don't want to be on this stupid island. I want to be home with my boyfriend.
I also don't know that they're feeding them enough. I swear they feed them at weird hours.
Maybe she's hungry.
Reality shows do this to you. A friend of mine A friend of mine was on a reality show.
Because you don't see food around.
Well, this is different. These are women that can get themselves food and they're having chefs and all that.
Yeah.
They're probably eating on schedule. But those, my friend was on some reality show. I forget the name of it. It was some kind of fashion thing. And she was like, the number one thing she said to me when she came back, she was like, they fed us at the weirdest freaking hours. They would feed us at midnight and then weird time. They're fucking with you. I would not be surprised if Puerto Rico
maybe they're
shoving some kind of laughing gas or so. I don't even know. Some kind of sedative or some kind of cuckoo nerve gas through the vents because they're
my God,
whacked.
Yeah. Well, Ubah is the most activated, whacked, crazy.
Don't activate me.
Oh my gosh.
She's Lindsay Hubbard. Wait, all right, let's talk about where.
But I did like where Bryn did say she's a living thermometer.
Oh, yeah, it was great. She's a living.
She is. I mean, it's like,
breathing thermometer. You better check that shit every day.
Yeah.
Because she was like, what, Pigeon? It's so dirty here, Pigeon. It is crazy. And then, of course, it starts to rain like a mother. Who did she put on her back, Si?
Yeah, I think so.
Or Erin. She threw someone on her back. I thought that was funny.
Right?
And then Jessel is in this outfit. And she's like, somebody was like, I'm so worried about Jessel in that outfit.
Oh, God.
They went to get coconut water or something.
Yeah.
Jumped off somewhere. But
yeah.
It was crazy because, and this is where Ubah is not only insane, but she's tone deaf and completely insensitive.
Yeah.
She is forgetting, and let us all not forget what Puerto Rico went through with the hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was almost similar to what California is going through now. But with a hurricane, with rain instead of fire. The whole place was practically wiped out.
Yeah.
So for Ubah to be shitting on Puerto Rico, for lack of a better term.
It's disrespectful. It
was disrespectful. And Raquel, you could say a lot about her. She's not all that interesting. She's okay. She's better than Rebecca. But
she's all right.
She's right. Like, what are you doing? Why are you beating the shit out of Puerto Rico right now?
Yeah.
Like, you're being tone deaf. But God bless her when she went to go tell her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I mean, she actually handled that pretty well.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah, I
think
she
confronted Ubah about it.
Yeah.
But Ubah didn't get it.
Raquel handled it well?
Oh, sorry.
Like Ubah handled it well.
Raquel handled it well.
About the way Ubah was acting.
Hearing it well. But then a little bit, but then she went off again. Who did she go after that? She went after something.
Oh, she went after so much. Well, she was mostly after Bryn in this entire episode, as she's been in other episodes.
But also, we also have to remember something about Bryn. Bryn is the shit stirrer. She's the Jessica Rabbit shit stirrer of all time. She's always coyly doing it, and it's really fun for her, and you can tell she's just kind of doing it just to be, like, annoying and whatever. Yeah, but, like, you see when Bryn changes, when Ubah talks shit about, like, her sleeping with somebody.
Yeah.
Then Bryn becomes, like Bryn.
Yeah, she's not
Jessica Rabbit anymore.
Right.
But
I do think that Bryn is conniving. She's duplicitous. I don't like Bryn. I'm sorry. I go back and forth. I flip flop, or I would never want to be friends with this woman.
I would not want to
ever.
Well, because Bryn is because she's so like this, so she is putting that needling you. She's not putting the knife in. She's needling
you. She's poking.
She's poking you all the time.
All the time. She's testing you all the time. And a side note, she's going to flirt with your husband or your boyfriend. Why on earth would you want to be friends with this woman?
So Bryn, they go kind of back to the whole thing where Bryn and Si and Erin were talking about Jessel.
Right. They go back to that when they had that little...
They were outside.
The three of them had that conversation about Jessel.
Right. They were outside and they were just saying, it's not sexual with Bryn and Pavitt, which sorry, not Bryn and Pavitt. Jessel and Pavitt, which I believe. And then they called Jessel. Somebody called her bipolar, I think.
They called Jessel bipolar?
I think somebody called Jessel, but I was like, I didn't see
that at all.
I did hear the term bipolar, but when I heard it, I was like,
Ubah.
That's really Ubah for sure. But that's not really a term I would use for Jessel.
No, not at all.
I would use the terms for Jessel. Vapid.
Yeah, that's a good word.
Flowery, flighty.
Flighty a little bit.
Completely
aloof.
What's the word?
Snooty.
Like, not rooted in reality.
Yeah, she's in a bubble a little bit.
Bipolar. No. You know?
No.
And so Ubah says she was protecting Jessel.
Okay.
Somehow in the conversation.
Yeah.
And then they jumped to, like, synchronized swimming, which was insane.
Yeah, that was... Where did that come from?
Because Jenna loved synchronized swimming when she was a kid, and somehow she wanted to bring it, and then she, put her thing on, and she put the hat on, and they did the whole, that was they were actually having a nice time.
Well, that was the only time when you saw this synchronized swimming is when they were in unison a little bit.
Right, it was the only part where they were like...
where they were having fun and laughing.
And then, of course, they all put on those are called, so now let's get to the pussy wigs.
Please.
Me and my friends had spoken about this. Somebody, just for a
I
goof,
love it.
Nobody has ever worn one. Let me just throw that disclaimer out there. But they're called Merkins. And you can get them like on Amazon.
Merkin,
I think almost
and
like
Merkin means like a pussy
Merkin.
wig. It's like it's meant for that reason.
Yeah, it's meant for this add-in.
Okay.
So I guess if you have a man who likes,
hair,
Bozo the Clown bush.
hair down there.
But I love it was they were wearing it because Jenna Lyons, Jenna Lyons. I feel so bad for Jenna, but in the same way, I'm like, oh my God, Jenna, what are you opening yourself up to? Jenna's the one who said that her pubic hair was long and not curly
Straight.
like Jessel's.
Mm-hmm.
So she opened herself up to this, and then of course they were
That's
all
why
like,
they did
let's
the joke,
have
yeah.
Jessel's pussy hair. That's not curly and long. Let's all put it out of our bathing suits. And I love that Jenna's talking and she catches it on Bryn. I think she's
Yeah.
She
Oh my God,
just keeps
right.
talking and she's like, oh my God. She's like, I can't. I feel bad for Jenna Lyons because Jenna Lyons is like a serious person. And she's also terrified.
Yeah.
Jenna is terrified.
She's terrified of these ladies.
She's terrified of these women.
Yeah.
Again, I think I said this last week, listeners, it's just Jenna like that.
Like
in the corner biting her nails with her glasses on. But you know what?
But this is Jenna, the powerhouse businesswoman at the same time.
She's also terrified.
So
but I want to say that I think she wears those glasses all the time, and I really think it's because, like, when we're sitting in here, if you're watching us on YouTube, right,
yeah,
we are sitting in the brightest lights ever.
Yeah.
And I think she's trying to sleep, so she's putting on those glasses. And it also, allows her not to be able to react. Nobody can see her eyes. Right?
Well, that's true. You know what? And with Jenna, I'm going to say this. You could be business, powerhouse, unbelievable, right? But socially, you could be different. And I think socially, she's a little awkward. She's Jenna.
Oh, she is. She's absolutely.
You could work with someone in business, and me being in corporate life for 25 years.
She's not.
There's many people I see that are brilliant. They're great in meetings. They give killer presentations. They make deals.
You don't want to talk to them.
But if you're out at a business dinner with these people, they got their head down and they're kind of like this. Oh, I have known many people that way. Absolutely. And I think that might be who Jenna Lyons is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. She's a little awkward.
She's not comfortable
uncomfortable in her own skin. However, she's a powerhouse and good for her.
She also has hands the size of my husband's. I mean, those things are massive.
I never noticed.
Did you see the size of her hands?
She's very tall.
She's big. She's a big.
She's probably 6 feet tall, I would say.
Big woman.
Okay, yeah, maybe that's why.
So now we get to the whole Abe and
the pranking phone call. Was that wasn't funny?
It wasn't funny. Of course, these women are not funny. I actually didn't blame.
I understood why Ubah got upset.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay. No, to me, I think it was just, this is petty, silly, little girl nonsense. You're embarrassing Ubah, Abe.
Get your get your perfect, non-worked out ass up and walk away. Okay? Walk away. Don't ruin it for everybody. And then Bryn's like...
It was a little childish what they were doing.
It was, but let them do it. It's fun.
But she's so over this vacation.
I agree. And then Bryn was like, she said, Ubah's where fun goes to die, which is true.
That was funny.
But it's like, she wasn't doing anything wrong. They were just having like an innocent moment. And granted, it had to be with Bryn, who's just always about sexuality.
Yeah. Bryn sets Ubah.
She does. But Bryn's a pain in the fucking ass.
She is.
But Ubah, get up and walk out. Go get yourself something to eat.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That was just not a time for her to come in.
Well, she could have been quiet there. And you're right. She could have just said, this is nonsense, childish bullshit, and walked away. But she had to put in her 2 cents, make a thing of it, and then walk away.
She goes into the whole thing about, she goes after Bryn and she tells her, she's fake. And then she screams and she's like, you're not a model. You're literally a Talbot's model.
So what?
And right.
See, that was where I don't think
that was cool with Bryn either. Yeah. And then she says, what? She goes, you're not Naomi or Giselle. And she's like, Naomi and Giselle wish. They wish. And then she says,
we can't fight this.
And then she tells all to fuck
stunningly
off.
gorgeous.
She keeps saying,
yes, yeah, she did.
She's that stunningly gorgeous, because when someone like that reveals themselves like this constantly, they become very non-attractive to
on the inside,
right? And then their outside becomes unattractive to
okay
me. I mean, she is a beautiful woman, that is true,
right?
However, what are you doing? Shut up, stop telling everyone to fuck off. And she's exhausting. And then Erin and Sai are fighting because of Jessel.
Okay.
So they're going after each other because Sai comes after her. And that's when Erin was like, Erin tells Jessel she defended her and that she has no friends. Erin's now pissed and walking around. And you remember when she was walking into the room and she was like, she was like, she defended her and she basically just said, Jessel, you have no friends. If you look and watch this episode back, you're going to see you have no friends. Did you see that?
Yes.
I was like, what?
Well, this is where the entangled fights were getting
so
very
hard.
confusing and hard to follow. And it did seem everyone was mad at Erin.
Erin wants one fight at a time, please.
Yes.
That's what she said.
Erin isn't good at being Switzerland. And I guess she's in her own way trying to be Switzerland. She's trying to kind of be a friend with everybody. And when you're a friend with everybody, you're a friend with no one.
Erin walked out on that fight when Bryn and her were going at it. She said, you're fake, and then she said,
well, that's why. And then Bryn got mad at Erin. Right. She's like, you didn't stand up for me.
Said, you didn't stand up for me. And she said, well, I walked away because I didn't want to deal with freaking crazy ass Ubah.
But also, she's very good friends with. Remember, Erin and Ubah are very good friends.
I know.
So she's very good friends with Ubah. She's good friends with Bryn. So that's what I'm saying. When you're trying to be Switzerland,
you get trouble.
You're gonna get in trouble. She's not Dolo when it comes to this stuff. Like Dolo does it a little more diplomatically.
You know why? And I think,
but Erin is. You know what it is? Erin is too messy.
Yeah,
I think to figure out how to be a mediator.
And I like Erin,
whatever it is. I like Erin too. I like Erin too. In fact, if this show is going to survive, I would like to see Erin continue.
Well, let's talk about
as a cast member.
Oh, she will. She's not going anywhere. She's smart enough to know.
I think she's going to make it.
She's going to have 4,000 businesses. She's going to get, sympathy for some things that are going on in her life.
I don't think anyone hates Erin.
She's a Sonia Morgan smart.
Yeah.
She's going to stick around.
She's just a little messy
for the opportunities.
Yes. Oh, yes.
However,
yes,
I wanted to say this. So now it sort of ends. It's all fucking blowing up. It's all kinds of chaos.
It is chaos.
Now watch what happens live. Here's Erin and Sai.
Yeah.
Okay. They both look fabulous, by the way. And Erin, you can tell she's pregnant, which is cute. Like she's got that, her face is different, but
she looks beautiful.
Her face blows up and stuff.
Yeah,
you just look different. She's still very pretty.
Yeah,
but not that I'm just saying. It's like she's pregnant. You can see it in her face, which is kind of cute.
Yeah,
and very cute. And Sai looks gorgeous. Sai is actually gorgeous.
Oh,
I loved Sai this season.
So did I.
Great.
She did it really good this season.
And beautiful. I think she watched the first season and went, oh, fuck.
I gotta clean up my ass.
I was like an idiot. Everyone's gonna hate me. And was like, made the necessary changes.
She did.
Go Sai.
Go Sai.
Okay, here's what I want to say.
I'm a flip-flopper. I like her this season.
It was crazy that Erin and Sai on Watch What Happens Live came to Ubah's defense when they were talking about the whole Giselle comment, and Andy was not having it. Actually, it was funny because when it came to the whole comment about Giselle and
Giselle wish.
Well, who is she friend? But who's
Naomi?
Is she talking about Naomi Campbell?
Yeah.
Okay, she's like they wish, right?
I assume, yeah.
And Andy's like, have we heard from Giselle or Naomi on this? Have we? Because she's friends with I think Naomi.
Oh, okay.
Or Giselle.
She's
friends with one of them.
And I think age-wise, she's the same age as Giselle.
Okay, so she's like, have you heard from Giselle? He says, and because they're friends, and I'm sure she's gonna have something to say about this. Andy saying this, and Andy's being kind of like, yeah, I don't buy it. Like, she's going to be pissed if she hears these women hear the statement.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know what? We just think Ubah gets really hot and she says what she says in the moment. Like, she says it in the moment, but she really doesn't mean it.
Yeah.
And they were clearly clearly trying to do damage control for Ubah.
Uh-huh.
Which I thought was very interesting. So, Ubah was like, listen, don't be pigeon. Please back me up. I am friends with these women, please. I did not mean what I said. Back me up. It was just hilarious how their total tune totally changed. So interesting, and I cannot wait to see what the reunion.
Next week. There's one more, and it's supposed to be very dark.
It says it is very dark, and it goes to a very bad place.
Are they still in Puerto Rico? I guess they are.
This fucking
How long
Puerto
are they
Rico
there
trip.
for? Oh my God.
Make this Puerto Rico trip end. It makes me
I
Puerto
think
Rico.
it's going to end in Puerto Rico.
Just like I don't ever want to think about Puerto Rico anymore because these women have tainted it. They're just blah. Like, go somewhere else. Go to Switzerland the next time.
I'm telling you, when the season
Maryland
is over,
it's bad.
Okay,
And I think it's there.
I'm a little scared.
And Sai's like, yeah, it's pretty shocking. I think you're all going to be pretty shocked.
Wow.
I was like, all right. So there we have it.
One thing I'm going to say. There will be another New York next season. It is going to be some of these ladies, not all. But it's either going to be Bryn or Ubah that goes because they are not going to film again together. They're not. I'm telling you.
Well, she's
I think maybe Ubah will even say it's either her or me, and then they have to make a decision.
Ubah will be dead pigeon on beach.
She might.
And then Raquel said,
then they'll bring Bryn back.
Raquel said, no, that was a dead bird. You have dead birds in your country? And she's like, yes, but I wasn't meaning to say that it was Puerto Rico. It was just like, I will call it out, even if it's my country. I will say there's a dead bird on the beach. Like, whoa, there's pigeon.
Are you kidding? Ubah would have gotten totally offended if someone went to her country and made comments like Ubah made. Yeah, no. But it's either going to be Ubah or Bryn next season. I'm telling you.
I hope not.
I know.
But actually, I don't care because the show was really not good this season.
It was hard.
At all. It was bad. So they need to, do something. But I'm going to tell you that Bryn is going to claw and snake, and she is not going to allow herself to be fired. She knows the opportunity she has here. Which is why she's acting the way she's acting. She sure does. So that's it for Slick in New York. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Real Housewives of New York. We saw Salt Lake's reunions are coming up. Yeah. And New York's dark finale is coming up next week. So
I am intrigued.
I'm intrigued
to see this. Yeah.
All we can do. I'm glad we stuck it through to the end of the season. Yes. Now we get to see a payoff of this shit season.
Me too.
And on that note, the ladies are currently leaving the living room. We will see you next week. The dark finale.
The dark finale.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Follow us on Littler Podcast, please. LITLR Podcast. Thank you. Follow Ladies in the Living Room on YouTube. And that's all we got for now. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it so much. Bye, Kristen.
Thanks. Bye, Kristen. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.